Right, now welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Letchworth at Team Karting, a bit of unlimited karting. Let's give it a go. Right then, that is the first of a couple of sessions done. So where I'm in Letchworth TeamWorks on a Monday evening, it's unlimited karting for about 32 quid. And what they do, it runs from about 6:30 to about 9:30, roughly 9, half 9, depending on how busy it is. What they do is break it down into groups of 5 or 6, and then you run 10-minute sessions. So the first group will do 10 minutes, then the second group, the third group, and so on, back to the first and so on. So I'm in group number 3 out of 4. I think there's 5 or 6 in my group. All the people in my group are bloody quick. When I say that, I mean I'm in TeamWorks branded stuff here, and the TeamWorks branded helmet there, just down there, and they're all in their own helmets, their own jumpsuits and everything else. But it's my first time on this track. I'm learning where the grip is. I'm trying to follow closely when I get overtaken, as you'll probably see. I'll show all the clips to the racing, clip session 1, 2 and 3 after the vlog bit. But like I said, 32 quid, unlimited karting essentially. I suppose if you get 3 sessions, it's half an hour worth of karting, about 32 quid. It's probably about on par really if you're paying, I think 20-25 minutes if you're paying for a lap set, a competition session. This is just an open session. There's no lap count or anything like that. It's purely down. It's just a timing session. So that's what it is, timing your laps. And there we are at the moment. So and what they do, things flowing nicely. You've got one team racing at the moment. That's group 1, I believe, racing at the moment. Grouped in their cars now, getting in their cars. So by the time they bring in group 1, group 2 are basically going out straight away. And then when group 2 are out, group 3, which we myself, get back in our cars. And then when so it's just a constant smooth transition between one group and another. Keep the racing flowing, and therefore hopefully everyone gets as much racing. So I'll leave a link to the website, by the way, because TeamWorks do have other places around the country where they also run unlimited karting, I think on different nights possibly. But keep your eye out, the link for that will be in the description. That's the session number 2 done. Had some totally spent. Totally spent. I was a temp slower than my first session in that, and looking at the timing sheets, everyone else was a little bit slow, and also the karts we were in that time may not have been. I was speaking to some of the guys there who are in their, in their own custom jumpsuits and helmets and shoes and everything else, and they said the cars you select here really do make a difference in terms of your speed. Because obviously it's a grip, and then in particular you've got the middle part of the lap is very windy and turny, and there's a couple of parts in particular, the first hard bend where you have to use your brakes, and I've spun around a couple of times on that, and the other one towards the final bend where you line yourself up for a long straight or a soft turn into the straight, and that's, I keep skidding so to speak there, so that's why I'm losing the majority of my time. So but this thing, when you're first time racing here, you learn the grips and so on, so hopefully I'll get better on a different night. My arms in, bang, we probably helped him out a little bit there. Yeah, have a look. So yeah, as I said, it's unlimited karting. It's running in 10-minute sessions, nice and smooth between the sessions, and one set of cars coming in, another set going out. So I explained a little bit earlier. I think we'll probably get, it's 8 o'clock now, we might get another 2 sessions in, 2 or 3. They said they're running till 9:30, it's 8 o'clock now, so we're running an hour and a half of our 2 sessions. So I think we probably could get 4 sessions in. Don't have to stay all 4, obviously. I might do one more and call it after that, we'll see. But it's hard, it's hard work, you can tell I'm sweating. It's like a paedophile in mother care. But yeah, here we go, and we're sort of the changing area, if you like. All your jumpsuits from your sort of kids ones here, right through to the large ones. I've got one of these bad boys over here, and it's good length, but it's a little. Obviously I've got undone because I'm hot, but when I do it up, it doesn't take much for it to go boing and pop open. But there we go. This is Letchworth. This is Team Kart in Letchworth. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description if any of you want to give it a go, give it a try out. It's good fun. These are all electric cars. They are quick for electric cars. I'll give them that. They are quick, especially at that last corner. If you watch the clips, and the way I'll do this video is I'll have these vloggy bits to start with, and then I'll add the clips for the racing at the end. I've got a camera on the helmet, which you pay a little bit extra for. It's about £8. Come on, you know already. About £8. I'm not going to do it every time, but it's worth getting a bit of footage and whatnot, especially when I'm showing it on the channel. Don't forget, if you do like the video, click that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We're going to try and hit some more karting places over the coming months on top of our live F1 streams, so keep an eye out for those. And we just got, as you see, and they pull in, they go on the chargers. We've basically got these cables hanging from the wall. These are chargers for the cars. There we go, and it's the next lot. See, these lot pulling in, they'll get out, but the next lot have already gone out, and they go straight out into a race essentially. Ooh, bit of a bump at the end there, look. Quite a long out the thing there, quite a long straight this one. And there you have it, that is TeamWorks Karting in Letchworth. So again, I'll have all the clips of the racing after, but you'll see what I mean in terms of the track, the grip. Very difficult for me to, having not raced it before, I'm not entirely sure what the line is. I'm going to try and follow the next lot. I'm hoping I'll start towards the back. We're not. There's no qualifying for who goes out first. Nothing like that. You just literally put in a car at random. I assume the numbers. I was in car number 1 the last time and started out on the front. But I knew I was going to be slower compared to everyone else in front of me, so I let them all go in front of me, which you'll see on the video as well. Just sort of wave them past so I could follow behind. I did get a bump up the backside, so I had a driver who, frankly, had no opportunity to. It was on the end of the long straight, and he was on the right hand side. It's a turn to the right. I was in front at the bend, so I turned in, and he went up the side of me. But basically, he had no chance of overtaking on that bend. In that scenario, he should have backed off. But oh, thanks there. Look, we've got race. Oh, I'm more showing. There we go. Look, it's there. This bend here, I find really difficult to this bend here. The skid, see there, but I'm almost stopping when I come to skid. Maybe it's my weight. Well, I'll probably be fine if I took 3 stone off me. I'd probably be. There we go, look. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. And that's the long straight. So that's a soft bend. That's full throttle around that bend. That bend is there. This one is the sort of, yeah. But you'll see. But we'll see how it goes. You've got a cafe here. You can get a drink as well. Some bit of food if you're up to what you think. Or you can do pizza, things like that. I actually do race simulations here as well. I'm going to have a look at those actually. You can see here we've got a load of race simulators all lined up there. Interesting, give a load to go. Right, arrived back home after what was an exhausting session, but really enjoyed it. A bit unfortunate, I think, given the group I was in and a group of people who clearly have been doing this for quite a while and do it regularly. The last session I did find some more grip on, particular after you had a long straight, and then you had the fast turn to the right, and then there's a sort of a sharp turn, almost so you come back on yourself. That's been there. I got right or better a bit more often, found a bit more time there. Still can't get the last corner. I'm still losing a bit of time there. That is just a case of learning the track, finding the grip, and learning that racing line really. So, and also where you can what I was trying to do on some of the bends was not quite full throttle around the bends, sort of taking my foot off a little bit without the braking, almost coasting, I guess. So I did get my lap time down. My slowest lap of the night was 27 or 28.7. And that was my first session. I was then 28.2 on my last session. So I did find some timing there. I was about half a second slower than, but by the by the last session, about half a second slower, maybe up to a second on the very quickest in the group. They did say that the lap record there's 26.1, 26.2, something like that. So, and they said they often get into the 26s, the group who I was racing against, so to speak. But a lot of the other groups were sort of in the 29s, 30s. So it's just one of those things. I was in a very quick group, unfortunately, for my first time there in Letchworth. But I'll take that, and next time I'll be able to. At least I've got a record now of what record of what I can, or what lap times I can try to target. And I think on most occasions it's going to be one of the quicker cars. So I'm probably about 2.5, 3 stone at least. 2.5, 3 stone heavier than some of those guys. A couple of them are quite skinny. Which obviously the weight in the car, we know in Formula One at the moment, a lot of the cars, the upgrades are how can we get things off the car? How can we make them lighter? Well, with me, that's very easy. You take out all the, the guts, essentially. And that'll make about a second on top of the time there. So I pushed that car as hard as I could, but a couple of things where and I do think it's the actual weight that I put in the car. Just sometimes there's a bit of a wheel spin, and then you're not away as quick. And in particular, there's one clip where I'm right behind someone and I'm following them around really close, and actually they're not moving away from me at all. In fact, if anything, they're probably slowing me down a little bit. And then you get to the last bend, and then I get a bit of wheel spin, and then off they go. And that's where I think, again, it's just learning. Perhaps it's a throttle control on that last bend. Perhaps I just need to, instead of going full throttle, more of a gradual throttle, stop that wheel spin, and so on. So these are all the things that you learn, I guess, over time. So anyway, the racing's about to come up. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.